Hello there guys, and welcome back to the Q8 Pilot channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the JRollon Aircraft 260 powered by SimCoders Reality Expansion Pack for X-Plane 12. The Aircraft SF.260 is an Italian light aircraft which has been commonly marketed as a military trainer and aerobatics aircraft. It is known as the Ferrari of the sky for its sleek appearance and its relatively high cruise speed. Let us begin our review of the Aircraft by examining the 3D model and texture work. The 3D modeling overall is done to a very high standard and with some very nice details as well, as you can see here on the fuel tip, the aircraft wings, as well as the aircraft fuselage. The high-resolution textures and the fine details on this aircraft 3D model really brings it to life and gives it a very realistic look. The interior 3D modeling and the texture work is also done to a very high standard, thus producing this highly realistic-looking cockpit. Everything is really modeled with a lot of care to add as much details to the aircraft for the best experience. Some very fine details on the flight stick, the rudder pedals, as well as the seats and other elements inside the aircraft. The Aircraft ships in two variants, the civilian and military versions, and also ships with an analog cockpit and G1000 cockpit versions. The difference between the military and civilian variants of the Aircraft is that the civilian version is powered by a Lycoming 0540, while the military version is powered by a Lycoming IO540 engine. For the purpose of our review flight today, we are going to be flying the civilian analog cockpit version of the aircraft. The Reality Expansion Pack control panel can be accessed by hovering your mouse on the left side of the screen. You will have access to the kneeboard, the mass and balance, the walk-around feature, the tow, the maintenance report, as well as the automatic engine start wizard. The kneeboard has the aircraft checklist. It contains normal operations, emergency procedures, as well as the reference speeds. The mass and balance window is where you go to set the aircraft passengers, fuel, and load, as well as ensure that the aircraft center of gravity envelope is within range for safe flight. It is worthwhile mentioning that the static elements on this aircraft cannot be removed unless you perform the walk-around. This is of course for increased realism, however the option to remove them with a simple tick via the control panel would be a good option. The walk-around feature gives you the ability to perform the exterior inspection of the aircraft. As you can see here, we can check the flaps, check the ailerons, ensure the fuel quantity and color, and so on and so forth. The tow feature turns your flight yoke into a tow truck where you can tow the aircraft to the proper position for engine start. The maintenance report gives you access to all the aircraft components and their condition. There is a multitude of components that you will need to continuously check, maintain, and replace where required to ensure optimal operation of your Aircraft. Let's take a look. As you can see here, you can replace the exhaust, you can use the factory exhaust or use a tuned one. On a really cold winter day, you probably need to preheat your engine before engine start, and the Reality Expansion Pack ships with a preheater for you to do just that. As you can see, the electrical system is also simulated, your avionics, your instruments, all your instrument lightings, as well as the landing gear and braking system. The Reality Expansion Pack brings some fun features to your Aircraft experience by providing a standalone economy system that will force you to earn some money before you can replace and repair your worn aircraft parts and components. It also provides integration with FS Economy and XCPL Pilot. The time has come for us now to take the Aircraft for a short test. I do take notice of the low quality textures here, and this is more than likely an oversight from the developer as the rest of the aircraft looks phenomenal. Alright, let's go ahead and start the aircraft. Battery switch on. And we take notice of the F-mod sounds, which are done to a good standard. They're not excellent in my view, but they're not bad. Next, we're going to make sure the avionics master switch is off. Prop full forward. We're going to turn on the beacon and nav lights. And we're going to turn on the fuel boost pump. We're going to set the mixture to full rich. Crack the throttle 1/4 of an inch open. And we are now ready to start the engines. And we have a good start, and the shake that you see is that of XP realistic. Boost pump off, and avionics master switch to the on position. Let's release the parking brake and head over to the runway. Parking brake released. I do like the engine sounds. Overall, the sounds are acceptable. Alright, let's make a short stop here. Landing lights on, strobe lights on, and we are good to go. We're going to rotate at about 70 knots. Here we go. We're going to keep an eye on our RPM. Airspeed alive. $60, 70, rotate. Positive rate, gears going up. Tell you, this aircraft has a very unique feel to it. And it's a windy day today, and so it's a really good day for us to really test the Marchetti. We're going to climb to about 2,000 feet. Going to ease off on the throttle a little bit here. We are at about 1,500 feet. What we're going to do now is we are going to perform a stall. I am going to idle the power. That's the landing gear warning horn. We're going to pitch the aircraft up a little bit. That's the stall warning. And there we go, that's the stall. We're going to push the nose down, give it full power, and recover. And that is very consistent with what a stall looks like. I tell you guys, this aircraft has got some character. It really has a very unique flight model, which makes it really a fun and enjoyable aircraft to fly. What we're going to do now is we're going to head back to the airport and land the aircraft. And let's begin our right turn towards the airport. We have the runway in sight. Landing gear is coming down. There's definitely some wind there. Flaps full. Some crosswind there. touchdown. Well, overall, the aircraft comes in 2 variants, in 2 cockpit versions. It comes with about 10 liveries and is extremely fun to fly, and again powered by the Reality Expansion Pack. I really think this aircraft is definitely worth its price tag. This brings us to the conclusion of our review video of the Marchetti by JRollon, powered by the Reality Expansion Pack by SimCoders for X-Plane 12. If you have any questions, as usual, please do post them in the comments section below. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all very soon.